Hi friends, welcome to Techie Study and T-SQL series. Today we are going to discuss about create tables with syntax and examples. So create table syntax is the create table name, column 1 data type, optional constraints up to swan n. Okay, let's break down the syntax. So create table. This keyword is used to indicate that you are creating a new table. So table name, we will specify the table name which we want to create the table. Inside the parenthesis, we will define columns of the table. Whatever the required columns, we will mention the column names into the table and data type. If required, we will add the constraints to that column. Optional. This is optional. If we want constraints, if we want to add constants like primary key, foreign key, check, not null, unique, this type of constraints, we can add whatever requirements as per design data model. While creating the tables, we will add those constraints into the table. Okay, here is an example for creating a simple table for with a few columns. So create table employees, employee ID int primary key. So here we have added the primary key constraint. Primary key, what it will do, it will avoid the duplicates. It will create a unique key. Okay, unique employee IDs. First name varchar not null. Not null in the sense not null value. Non null values it won't allow that column. Last name also same. Department and salary both will allow the null values. We haven't mentioned anything constraints, right? It will allow the values. So let's check that. See, I have created a sample table. So we don't have data for now. Create table employees, column names with data types we have added. Okay. So in this table, we have created a named employees. It has columns like employee ID, first name, last name, department and salary. Employee ID is defined as a primary key column using the primary key constraint as we saw that. So first name and last name are defined as varchar columns which is maximum length of 50 characters and both marked as not null to enforce the fields cannot be empty. Okay. As I said, we can't insert the null values into those two fields. So length based upon the data, we need to mention the character length based upon requirement and data model which we architect will create. Based upon that, we will create the tables. So department is also a varchar column, but it allows null values. Why? Because we haven't mentioned anything constraints, right? It will allow the null values. Salary is defined as a decimal column with the precision of 10 digits and scale of 2 digits. It can store monetary values which up to 2 decimal places. See, before decimal it will store as a 10 digits. After decimal it will store as a 2 digits. Okay. So decimal 10 comma 2. Sometimes we will use 18 commas 2 like that, whatever the requirement and data size. So in T-SQL, when we want to create a foreign key constraint to enforce referential integrity between two tables, typically use the foreign key constraint with create a table or alter table statement. Here is the basic syntax for adding foreign key constraint. See, alter table. Either way, while creating the table, we can add the foreign key constraint between a parent table and child table. Otherwise, once we created the tables, then we can add the uh, foreign key by using alter statement. Alter table, child table name and constraint name, foreign key, child column name, references parent table name and parent column name. Okay, this is the syntax for to add foreign key constraint in between parent and child tables. We will see that. So let's break down of the syntax. So child table name, the name of the table that contains a foreign key column. Constraint is nothing but an optional name of foreign key constraint. If not provided, the system will generate a name. Okay, automatically it will generate a name by default. If you will provide any constraint name particularly, then it will create a particular that constraint name. I will show you that. Child column name, the name of the column on the child table that will hold the foreign key values. Okay, so the child table, whatever we have given the reference column, it will store the foreign key values. Parent table name, the name of the table that contains the referenced primary or unique key column. So parent column name, the name of the primary or unique key column in parent table that the foreign key column references. Okay, this is the differences between we saw what is the difference between child table name and constraint name, and parent table name and parent column name. Okay, so this is the example: alter table name orders and add constraint name. We have given the constraint name. If we have if a system while creating the table name, it will create automatically with its own name. Okay, if here we have given the particular name with customer ID, references with customer ID. Order is the child table. FK customer ID is name of the foreign key constraint here. See this one, constraint name we have given. Then customer ID is the foreign key column in orders table. Customer ID is the foreign key in orders table. Okay. Customer is the parent table. Customer is the parent table. References customer is the parent table. Customer ID is the primary key in the customer's table. We will see that example now. This is constraint ensures that value entered into the customer ID of the orders. The table must already exist in the customer ID column of the customer's table. So whenever we want to insert the new records into the table orders, the record should be available in customer's table. Otherwise, it won't insert the data. It will give the foreign key relationship error. Okay, that we will see going forward in future sessions with more examples. Let me show you that orders and customer table. Okay, see this is the customer table. Okay, let me create it. Primary key. We haven't given any name, right? And this is the order tables. This is order tables. Foreign key and references with customer table and customer ID we are giving. Let me create it and I will show you how the name is created those tables. Okay. Keys. See, primary key by default it's created with one name p underscore customer, and let me show you orders table. So here foreign key also by default it's created its own. Okay, so let me delete it. I have deleted the foreign key. So let's go ahead and add through the alter statement. Alter table name and add constraint name. Foreign key customer ID references with customer table customer ID. So now let's go ahead and refresh. See whatever we have given. It's creating a unique whatever we have given the name. Based upon that name, it will create the foreign key. Else, it will create fk underscore orders underscore by your GUID. Okay, it will create it by one. Okay, that is the difference between. So usually while creating the tables in real-time environment, we will use alter statements only for all the things. To add constants, any constant we will add through alter statement only. Okay. Here two foreign keys we have like product table. They are matching with another product table as well. Okay, this one, right? Product and orders table. Two tables referencing the foreign keys. This one, order details. Okay. Either way, whatever we have multiple tables, we can add references constraints based upon the requirement. Okay. This is the few examples of tables, and let's see this. So whenever create database name. Okay. Use. So while writing the scripts, we need to use database name always. Why? Because whatever we require database, we need to create the tables. Always we need to use the database. Why? Because the deployment is going to do by the DBS. Hence, we need to write the scripts clearly. Okay. And let me create employee table. The table holds employee ID, first name, last name, department, salary. So how to write rerunnable scripts? See, if not exist, then sys.tables where table name begin create a table. I have already created the table. If I will create again, what it will say already have object name. Okay, in the database. So let me show you now this. This is rerunnable script. Okay. If there is no table, it will create the table, else it won't give the error. So that is the beauty of rerunnable scripts. Okay. Let me insert the data. Okay. This is the data we have inserted. Now we can see the data in the table. This is the projects table. They are referencing with foreign key. Here we have 4 values. Here we don't have. We have 4 values. Let me add 5. So what it will give the error? Let's see. So it will insert all 3 rows. 5th row it will give the error. 5. 5. Let me give you here 5. Okay. References with employee ID. See, it will give the foreign key relationship error. Cannot insert the duplicate key. Okay. This is one thing we are trying to insert the duplicates. This foreign key relationship error. Okay. This one is the 5, and there is no 5 in the table ID. Okay, employee ID. So this is where we will create the tables and add the constraints into the tables, and we will see more examples in each constraint. I will create one video in future sessions. Please go through that. If you have any doubts, please comment out and share it to your friends. Thank you so much. Bye bye.